Good evening and welcome to 60 Minutes. I'm Katie Smith. It's the app that just might help save the planet from child exploitation and trafficking. Fight the Trap helps to locate and track down vulnerable young children who have been kidnapped and sold for sex trafficking and forced labour. Tonight we take you to where it all began and talk about the harsh conditions in which thousands of children withstand violating their rights due to human trafficking every day. Child trafficking is an extremely significant global issue affecting the lives of millions of children and their families all around the world. It is a serious crime defined as the physical movement of a person under the age of 18 across and within borders for the purpose of exploitation. In fact, 600 to 800,000 people are trafficked across international borders each year. So where exactly does it occur? Well, almost every country is somewhat affected by human trafficking, as part of the recruitment, transit, country of origin, or destination. Trafficking eventuates worldwide, with millions of children being forced against their human rights to engage in precarious tasks that are utterly unimaginable. Just to name a few, human trafficking is pursued mainly for slavery practices and sexual abuse, which are all assaults against someone's rights. However, the crime is more commonly committed due to the high profit gained. Other undertakings such as servitude, forced labour and marriage, or organ harvesting are a wide range of exploitative tasks that victims are also forced into. So, who are they really looking for? Well, there is no sketch of a typical client for child trafficking. Rich or poor, men all around the world persist in sex and labour through trafficking due to its low risk and high profits. As a matter of fact, the profits from child trafficking reach up to $10 billion a year, according to calculations recorded by the International Organization for Migration. Other causes are predominantly due to poverty and humanitarian crisis. Child trafficking is extremely lucrative, and due to poor families not having the money or resources to support their children, they are left fending for themselves on the street, extremely vulnerable to traffickers. In fact, every day, 3,000 children are victims of child trafficking. More frequently, child trafficking occurs in countries where human rights are being violated. Children who have not received an adequate education are more defenceless and susceptible to it. How do traffickers actually kidnap the children in today's society full of high security and modern technology? Traffickers are able to incorporate with one another around the globe via large international networks such as the internet, telephone, and post. Due to its modern-day technology and its advancements, it is considerably easier for a person to engage in trafficking activities, especially in poorer countries where they do not have the resources for safe living and so lack child protection. Let's take a look at a true story based in rural India that has actually been adapted into a worldwide film, conveying the harsh implications of trafficking and the dangers young children are exposed to. Children living in poverty have a lack of access to basic needs such as food, clothing, and shelter, and experience a deprivation of material, spiritual, and emotional resources needed to survive, develop, and thrive. Suru Briley, a 5-year-old boy oblivious to the dangers just outside his doorstep, fell asleep on a train, taking him to the other side of India, far from home. 5-year-old Suru survived on the streets of India for 3 weeks, extremely vulnerable to traffickers and the dangers that lay beneath him. Suru fortunately made it out of India and was adopted by an Australian family. This needs to stop, and we can all get involved. So all it takes is one picture and you can save a life. The app utilizes a database algorithm to identify possible hotel rooms used for sex trafficking and distinguishes missing children forced into begging or slavery through facial recognition. Traffickers frequently post advertisements of their victims posing in hotel rooms for sexual abuse. Images of children begging on the street are also often posted onto the internet for awareness. These pictures can be compared to hotel rooms that have been uploaded onto the app, as well as specific children who have been reported as victims. It's available on the App Store right now, so go and download it, and we can help seize child trafficking altogether.